Today's devotional is about anger management. And Dom requested to do it, and it's awesome. It's a very unique devotional. And I feel like more of us should be exploring this and asking about this because we're just used to raging sometimes, right? So it's awesome that you have brought this out um, because it's a lifelong process, really. How to deal with our anger and because we all do it in a lot of different ways. Just because someone's angry doesn't mean they have outbursts or rage. Um, it just means that there's to some level you are being controlled by anger. And that's what the verse today that we're going to focus on is all about. It's found in Ephesians 4. Now, I'm sure most of us are used to the version that says, so the heart of this verse is not don't be angry, it's don't be controlled by that anger. Instead, learn to control it. So, you know me, I'm a very practical person. I like having steps. I like having very obvious things. Another thing Scripture tells us to do is to be in control of our minds, to take these thoughts captive, to be actively thinking about good and right things. Now, anger can come in and throw everything into like a tizzy and throw everything around and kind of mess things up. So, the Bible's telling us we can control this kind of like Jesus was in control of his anger and let his actions be right. And so how do we do this? Where there's one process. It's gonna. I have to really break this down real quick. Nonviolent communication. There's these four steps to this process, and the first one is observing. You need to observe, like you kind of have to in the process of controlling your thoughts and therefore your reactions, you have to take a step back before you let anger get the best of you. And you have to observe. You take a step back and look at what is causing you anger. Identify it, call it out, and then from there, take it another step further and identify the feelings that are attached to that. And the best way is then to be communicating this. Be like, you know, like what we tell our kids, and maybe you guys have heard it, use your words, but really, you have to use that mental process of observing and then communicating it. So you want to take a step back and see what's going on, and then identify your feelings about that. And then from there, you can communicate your need from that. Like, I, you identify what makes you angry. It's making you feel very overwhelmed, and so you can say, "I need space." And so, at least when it comes to person to person, you can communicate that. But it's, in a way, you can even communicate that to yourself. And then, after you identify what you need in that, after that, you can make some kind of request, whether that's to a person or to yourself, or you're like, okay, so I need this. So since that's what I need to be in control right now, can you XYZ, whatever, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Um, but if we don't do this, if we can't get this in control, if we can't have righteous anger or anger that does not control us, then what the verse says is the devil can sneak in and get a foothold. If you think about it, that's not much. Like, the devil doesn't have a lot of power over Christians, but he has influence, and sometimes all it takes is just a foothold. It's not a lot. It's not like I'm being controlled by Satan. It's I have given him this opportunity, this golden opportunity to come in and kind of knock me off my feet. Um, how many times have you seen like some kind of show or or Netflix or something like that where these guys or these people are battling out and this guy is like super angry, and then like all it takes is this calm, cool, and collected guy to just like step aside or to kind of do this real simple maneuver and trip the guy, like, and then this anger has done nothing for you at this point. You can't control what other people do. You can't control certain circumstances. If you are angry at yourself, then deal with what that was, but don't react in anger. Be angry, but don't let it control you.